In this first video, we are going to see the cutting layout of the melamine particle boards that I used, and how I marked and prepared them to leave them ready to make a simple bookcase. In the second video, we will see how to adjust the depth stop of the drill bit to drill the holes to the desired depth, to make the joints of the shelves with wooden dowels. We start here a series of videos in which we are going to make a bookcase with the help of a doweling jig, and we will see complicated joints to make. In the third video, we are going to see how to make holes and joints in more complicated areas. To put the kick plate a bit recessed from the front, and a reinforcement. To make this bookcase, I bought 2 particle boards. These boards came with all 4 sides perfectly edged. And they measure about 60 centimeters wide by 120 centimeters long. So, at the place where I bought them, I asked them to cut 1 in half, lengthwise into 2 parts with exactly the same width. These are going to be the sides of the bookcase, and the other one was first cut into 2 pieces equal to the previous ones, and then they cut them in half. And they cut the edging off the sides. So now these shelves only have edging on the front. We have to keep in mind that when a board is cut at the DIY center, one side of the cut is usually chipped. Here we see it. But on the other side, the cut is usually clean. Here we see how this side is not chipped. So on the sides of the bookcase, I'm going to make the holes for the dowels on the side where the board has the chipped edge. So the chipped part will be hidden at the back and inside of the bookcase. And on the shelves, I want the chipped part to be on the bottom, so it will be hidden. Now I'm going to place this strip here, which helps me to keep both sides of the bookcase aligned. This is the bottom part of the bookcase. And I mark on each side the height where the dowels for each shelf will go. We need to be precise when making these marks so that the shelves are horizontal. In the information of this video, I leave all the measurements I used. For example here, 1,145.5 millimeters. Let's say 1,145 millimeters plus half a millimeter more. I had to put a longer strip there. That helps me better align both sides of the bookcase. I make sure both sides are well aligned. And with the help of one of the shelves, I connect the marks on each side. These lines match the center of the edge of the shelves. So I have the lines on which to drill the holes for the dowels with the help of the doweling jig. So here I have the lines. And here I have to put another shelf, but I don't need to draw the center line of the edge of the shelf here. Now I make some marks on each side of the shelves. I make these at about 4.5 centimeters from the front and from the back of the shelf. And another in the center. To make the marks on the edges of the shelves, it doesn't have to be super precise. If we are, that's better. But it is not necessary if we use this type of doweling jig. And I also have to make the marks on the other side of the shelves. When making these marks, I have to avoid making them too close to the edge. If they are too close to the edge, the doweling jig will not hook onto the board. But for the 8 millimeter hole, 4.5 centimeters from the edge is fine. Now I stuck some pieces of painter's tape, and I am going to number the shelves. 1 left, 1 right, 2 left, 2 right, 3 left, 3 right, 4 right, 4 left. This one will go here, at the top of the bookcase. Here I have edging. And here I have edging. I lay it down like this. And when I have the holes made in the edge of the shelf, I will insert the dowels, and they will help to drill the holes in the side of the bookcase. This is the top face of the shelf. On this face, I mark one left, the same as I have here on the side. I turn the shelf like this, and I mark one right. And I do the same with the other shelves, marking each one with the corresponding number. Note that I number them so that each pair is read from the same side. Remember that this is the top part of the bookcase. And here we see the top face of the shelf, with the clean cuts without chipping. But now, here on the bottom part of the bookcase, the shelf will go like this. Here and here, I have the edging, and this is the top part of the shelf, with the clean cuts. But when I place the shelf like this to drill the side of the bookcase, I do not have where to support the shelf. So in this case, I am going to work with the shelf like this. This is the bottom face, and I mark here the corresponding number. We see that here I have both edges. I turn this like this, and mark the corresponding number. So the shelf will serve as a guide to drill the side. And then, I will assemble the shelf like this, with the part with the clean cuts facing up. In the next video, we will see how to drill the pieces to assemble the bookcase. And for this, we will first have to see how to adjust the depth stop of the drill bit to make the holes for the dowels to the correct depth. Considering that the hole in the edge of the shelves will be deeper than in the side of the bookcase, and that we have the risk of drilling too much on the side of this piece of furniture and the drill bit coming out the other side. I leave you in the description the link to the second video. I leave the link to the third video, and I leave you the link to the article on my website. Thanks for watching the video.